pros and cons. Ulat Sharaf rides at number 3, pros and cons. Tell us a bit about pros and cons, Jessie.
Well, she's a 4-year-old filly. I trained her half sister run and jump, and she won a hurdle for me, and then I sadly got hurt and had to be retired. Severed her tendon, which was very nasty, but she's now breeding. Her half brother is in training with David Pipe, and he was second first time out in his bumper. She's a real staying filly, seems to go on any ground. Once 3 miles, she ran a great race the last day in Thurles, and she will go for actually she goes probably to Navan on Saturday for 2.5 mile mares. Keppel's Queen, she's been second and last time out, and then she was third in a good maiden hurdle at Naas. She runs hopefully on Thursday in Clonmel in a mare's hurdle over 2 miles. She's been running over 2.5.
The next one we look at is Paddy Hayes' mount, number 10, Modem. You only got him from England. Did he have his first run for you at the Galway Festival this year?
Yes, he did, and then he was second in Killarney, and he was third in Listowel on the flat. He fell at the first hurdle, or rather unshipped Barry, first time out of hurdles, and then I just gave him a run the other day in a winner's hurdle, and he finished 5th, and he runs in a maiden hurdle at Navan on Saturday. A rock on the Moor. Well, she's a 6-year-old. I got her last year. She was very weak. She took a long time. I thought I'd run her in the spring, and she didn't. And we didn't really think she was a bumper horse, but she came out and left in Punchestown and bolted in. She sadly couldn't get as far as the mare's listed bumper, which she was meant to run in, because she got a stone bruise. And she is running on Sunday. Is it Navan this Sunday? No, Sunday week in Navan in the mare's listed, in the ordinary listed bumper, and she will go there or go to Huntingdon. The gallop there from the bottom is 4 furlongs, and then it's 4 furlongs around the top. So when I tell those horses to go down, actually they canter 2 furlongs down, or 2.5, and then they come back up. They're actually ending up doing a mile. And then we have our schooling fences here, and then in the winter we use that bottom field there. You see down there, we use that to canter all the yearlings and 2-year-olds in. And we use this field a lot for cantering up and down this hill.
The next one we look at is number 15, Moscow Magic. I was impressed with this horse when Robbie McNamara won a bumper on him at Naas.
Yeah, I was delighted with him. He's a very big horse, as you can see. And then he was to go to the Cheltenham. Well, he went to Cheltenham to get sold at the sale, and he decided to go lame, so he came back to me. He obviously didn't want to get sold, and he will probably run in the listed bumper at Navan in a fortnight's time. Keep him over and then hopefully get him sold. The owners who have him want to sell him. So.
Number 16, Sadler's Flaure.
Yeah, he came from France. He'd done well in France. He was rated over 140 in France. Anyway, I went to the handicapper here, and he dropped him down to 132, and I have him in a handicap. I'm going to put him in a handicap at Punchestown next Sunday. He's just taking a while to come back. He'd been off for 18 months when I got him, and so he's just a bit ring rusty. So, you know, he jumps well. He seems to jump the Irish fences well. So we're just hoping that he's basically a 3 mile plus horse.
The next one we look at is 18, Celtic, Nobility.
He's actually an unraced horse. He hasn't run yet. He's a half brother to Lord Scoundrel and Ballingarry. He's just been slow to come to hand, and hopefully he's in Clonmel on Thursday. Whether he'll run there will depend on what the ground's like.